Good morning, boys and girls. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're back another week, and we are back in another cracking market. We have already put in a full range from the overnight point of control all the way down to previous day's value high. And look at that nice, clean reaction of that previous day's value high. So props to you if you caught that. It's a C-rank trade, no other confluences there, except for maybe you could just argue a very low volume drop-off there, tapering off the edge of the profile. But other than that, that was a nice, clean bounce on that point. As for right now, we are in the middle of this range. Again, nothing but C-rank trades to be had up here. We've got the value low, the current profile, and the high volume node that's been put in across here, which will likely end up becoming point of control very soon. So we've got this to watch for. If this becomes point of control and we hold, it might be a C-rank trade to look for to trade back up towards the overnight value high, previous week's value high, and that current point of control. This is kind of a pretty good stacked confluence level up here. So that's a nice one to look for, potentially. In the meantime, we want to see how price holds around here. Again, could be a C-rank trade right here. So a C-rank trade will be your 25%, your lower risk trades. And yeah, there you go. So that's the next potential trade opportunity. So we'll have a look at that. We are once again trading the Take Profit Trader funded accounts, my Apex funded accounts, plus some evals on Apex. So we got many trade accounts, many trade opportunities to be had. And let's have another green week. Good week last week. One red trade all week last week, and the rest was all green. So it's been good. Good morning, everybody. Let's put a little poll in the chat. See how you guys have started off, eh? How have you started off? And once again, we will be doing giveaways today. We'll give away one free course access and one free eval, TPT or Apex. And let's get it cracking. How is your day so far? Green and red, no break evens. Don't want to see that. I want to see who has taken trades. Are we green? Are we red? Put it in there and let's get going. There it is. Point of control has just flipped to the current price level right here. So there is a C-rank trade to be had here. The value area low is now. Ooh, it's getting there. Let's see. That'll flip back real soon. It's very close. Give it another 20-30 seconds. That should flip back. If this area across here holds, this is a C-ranked support level here. There it is. If it holds, it's the moment of truth right here. So in terms of ranking trades and whatnot, we try to avoid C-ranked for the most part. They're okay, they're valid trades, but obviously you're more likely to take a stop out on a C-ranked trade. And also, with my rule set, a C-rank trade takes only 25% of your risk. So it's a relatively small opportunity, a C-rank. So ideally we want to be looking for Bs and As. And in terms of As and Bs, Bs and As, we got nothing till we reach back towards the value levels. So let's see. I will take some C-rank trades on the Apex accounts today if I see a nice one. Not on the Take Profit Trader accounts. So there is still opportunity for action here. But yes, a moment of truth telling to see how this price holds here around this now point of control, which is flipped from the previous week's value high. Now that fair value is shifting down and is below the overnight value low. So relative to the overnight value levels, which is your 6 p.m. to 9:30 a.m., we are sitting in a discount. And that doesn't mean longs are in order. It just means what was fair value for last night is now down here. Current session fair value is now shifted lower. So potentially bearish sign. We just need to see how price holds around this point of control. As you saw, that point of control just flipped. It's just been put in here. So if it holds below, we may see a move back towards these value levels below here, which I will absolutely be trading. But good morning, everybody. Trump and Netanyahu press meeting right now. Okay. Supposed piece that could be major on the markets. No, it will be major on the markets. How do you determine the bias of the day, and do you take all the trades on the direction of the day's bias using volume profile? Amrit, you determine the bias by looking at the shifting point of control, and where point of control is developing relative to previous point of controls can give you a good idea for the short-term bias for the day. In terms of, do I only take trades in line with the bias? I do not. If you saw Thursday's stream, Friday for me, Thursday's stream last week, I took a trade short, which was counter trend, but it was a smaller trade, and then I took a trade long right after, both of which were winners. So I trade both directions of the bias, and the only thing is I know when I'm trading counter trend just to have even smaller profit targets. So for example, the counter trend trade last week on Thursday, the first one was a short and it was only 3 points as a scalp. The second trade was a long, which was on trend and took 5 points. So not much difference, but a small amount. Jacob, good question about the emails. I have been considering setting up those daily emails again. The thing is, I do all the breakdowns and the more in-depth stuff inside of my school group or my group, which is available to course members. But in terms of sending out levels, etc., yeah, the daily emails are still are on the cards. They're on the cards. David, what's up? Micronesian, hello, sirs. Pi, I took that break below previous week's value high after retest, cleaned 5 points. Nice. Also had a red trade from the NY Open. No worries. Break below. Nice, man. Yeah, there's a clean break down there. Clean break. David, it's got to be 18 Sunday through to Friday 16:59. So you draw all the way through to the very last candle of Friday. What do you think your win rate is on C-rank trades? Chief Ronnie, I have the stats on this. The C-rank trades, I'll have to open it up. I believe last time I checked it was 59. So they're not terrible, right? They're not terrible. But being a one-to-one trader, rather do my A-rank trades, for example, are sitting up at the 72, 73 at the moment. Micronesian POC flipped from up here at 723, now down to 712. So quite a big drop. So we're watching to see how this holds here. So far, it's failed off the current point of control. If we see it come back up and kind of retest this underneath and then still fail, then we're likely going to be seeing some more downside, and I will participate in a C-ranked trade today with a little less size. So let's just get the calculator on this. C-rank 25 risk. Cool. Shit, not 22 contracts, 2. There we are. So yeah, C-rank trade for me today on this account will be 2 contracts. 2 contracts, and I will certainly trade a good C-rank setup. I don't like to trade point of control, typically. But what I'll be looking for is if we see a cleanish breakaway, then a pullback. I'll take a pullback, whichever direction that ends up being here. Yes, beautiful thing about trading high flown, isn't it? You know, it can all work, right? Trend lines and support and resistance. People People rubbish all sorts of trading methods. I'm guilty of it as well in the past, but you really can make a lot of things work as long as it's rooted in sound logic. I don't have a problem with them. Yeah, my only issue is when strategies make things up, as we've talked about many a times on this channel, making up imbalances where there are actually none, making up liquidity when there is actually none, these sorts of things. Em, what's up, Em? If you're looking for buys and prices at the highest high volume node, would you consider buying from there or wait for a pullback to a lower high volume? No, Em, good question. I would definitely look for buys still at that point. I know what you're saying. So you'd be saying, like, if this thing shot up above this current point of control and retested here, would I look to buy that or would I look for a deeper pullback? It's still a valid trade. I think you just have to be aware in these cases, like you're saying, or even like if it shot up to this one, broke above this node, and then got a retest here, would I buy that high? Answer is yes, but you do have to be aware, like you're getting at here, that you're buying at a higher premium. So unless that trend is really strong and really running hot, you may have a higher chance of stopping out on that trade because you are buying higher up. I would still trade. It all depends on the context. Would you like a short off of or between OVAL and PWVH? Yes, David. So that's right. So that's your A rank setup up here. So I wouldn't be looking for, if we approach the upper end here, I wouldn't be looking for a trade in this area because see how there's not really much volume in there, in between that little pocket. There's two value levels, yes. What I'd be waiting for the A rank trade up there is bare minimum off the previous week's value high, not within the pocket, but actually off the value high, and in this pocket, which is between that high volume node peak, the old point of control, and the reinforced level here, previous week's value high. So that'll be, if we get up that high, I would be looking for a pullback from that particular point, from bare minimum, nothing more, 72150, nothing less, I should say, nothing less than 72150, with potentially, depending on the momentum, potentially getting it a bit higher within that 721 to 724 range. That would be where I'd look for a potential pullback there. Undetermined aviation name. Yes, what's up, man? Hey, by the way, I'll get right back to you. If you've sent your email through for the TPT eval, I'll send that to you right after stream, my friend. Coin flip would probably work with proper risk management. I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, you guys know the old Wall Street story of the monkey, the stock picking monkey. I can't remember the exact, if he spun a wheel or if he threw a dart or if he just pointed at a stock that they gave him on a piece of paper. This monkey outperformed the market. So, things like that will happen in a bullish market, for example, but it just, it just comes down to good trade selection, good risk management. Obviously, better strategies will have more of an edge and a better positive outcome, expected outcome. But you can technically, a coin flip, you could make it work. It wouldn't be the best strategy, but yeah, the good thing about trading, is that end of the day, when it comes down to the movement, it go up, it go down. So only predicting one or two movements. It's just a matter of finding the most high probability areas where it go up and where it go down. Did I trade Asia London? I did not today. Beezer bought the course. Much love. Awesome. Thank you, Beezer, and good luck on the course. Hope you find good value in there. And by the end of the course, there is also that optional community add-on as well. But yes, good luck. Good luck. Am I trading only power hour? I'll trade anytime after 2:30. Or not, I'll trade anytime during the day, but stream started at 2:30. Here we go. There's a little retest off that current point of control. Rex Lee, wow. What's up, man? Good to see you. Been a while indeed. Rex Lee, OG Cami Capital viewer. Evan, hello, sir. God's Battle. Mr. Brad, hello. Jonathan, yes, the course does describe in detail A, B, and C's. The course will give you everything, the whole rundown for volume profile trading. I don't live trade inside there. I live trade here on YouTube. So the live trading is free. And yeah, the course is just to learn everything from A to Z, plus get the option to add on the community access. The course itself is a one-time lifetime access. And then later on, if you wish to join the community, people who have purchased the course receive an invite to the community, which is an ongoing fee, but it's $49 a month for the community. And the course itself is a one-off, $149. Again, I'm not going crazy with trying to do high-ticket courses and whatnot. But yes, that may potentially change soon and just all be wrapped into the one course plus community, but they would raise the monthly price. So I'm looking at changing that shortly just to roll it all into one. Sadra, yes. Many old names, including yourself, Sadra and OG as well. Brendan Tate, good morning, sir. Do I normally trade this time every day? I don't normally, but I've just started streaming and trading this time of day. My typical session is the Asian Open, the overnight Open. There we are. There's the results. 66% of your green, 34% of red so far. Let's see how we go for the rest of the day here. Coming up on Power Hour. No, current members, anyone who's in there currently, you keep whatever pricing you have, you keep. That stays. That's only for new members. So whatever pricing you have now for the school group, or whatever the price of the course is now, that'll all stay the same for anyone who currently has that. But if I change, yeah, like I said, all I'm looking at changing is rolling the school group into one, so it's the course and community all in one membership. But I would be raising the price and making it monthly only. At the moment, it's lifetime course, one-off, then community optional monthly. So I'm just looking at rolling that into one just for simplicity's sake, because people still get confused about where's the community. So yeah, but won't affect existing members. You keep whatever price you have, you keep. Asia Open is best for gold. I agree. Gold is really good, that overnight open. Alex, what time do I pull my two value areas? I see what you're saying. Both profiles. You got 9:30 a.m. to current time for the developing profile. Overnight is 6 p.m. through to 9:30 a.m. So Globex Open through to New York Open. And then previous day is 9:30 to 4. Well, I stream a New York session. Yes, next week. Next week, boys and girls, we'll be doing the New York Open instead of the New York afternoon session. I'll be on the road. Hopefully, I'll be streaming from hotels, but hopefully their Wi-Fi is good enough to stream. But yes, New York Open will be traded all week next week, including the following week as well. 2 weeks of New York Open. Should be fun. We'll start the streams about, let's say, 9 a.m. so we can scope out a trade. What I ideally like, because when I see the overnight session going into the New York Open, I ideally want to be catching an entry still in that pre-9:30 and get in for that open volume, because I like the reactions of the overnight value levels right off the bat. Like today, you can't see it's behind the profile here, but yeah, your overnight value area low. That was a bit less of a clean entry, but that bounced off that quite well for a 1-to-1 without stopping out with the 5-point typical stop loss. And then your overnight point of control, that was little to no drawdown. Again, 1-to-1, 5 points. And if you are on side with those lit trades right off the open and the overnight levels, if you are on side, you can often catch the trend of the day. Like today has been a downwards trend. Take majority of profit off at 5 points, leave a runner, and see if you can capture the full range, because that thing, at best, 125 ticks, 31 points from that overnight point of control. Again, these are C-rank trades, potentially B at the time of that happening, but you can capture really, really good moves off the open, capturing that whole New York range using the overnight value levels plus developing profile. Let's see what the developing profile. There's nothing here at the moment, guys. Current area and price, so we're okay to yap for a bit. But let's have a look. Yeah, that would have been nothing more than a C rank, just trading your value levels for the short up here. You can see the profile, there was nothing there at that time, just low volume. So yeah, short, that could be an extra confluence, seeing that. No volume at these highs. But again, probably just a C rank at best. But regardless, still nice clean trade off there. And off the lows here, normally you want to wait half an hour for that to develop. So let's go half an hour. There you have your overnight value low plus those two levels there. So your actual better entry versus the initial reaction off there would be this third retest here around 10:03 a.m. Getting long, value low of the current session in between those two value levels. 5 points. That's a bit less drawdown, a lot less drawdown than the first one. And 5 points. There you go. Clean. Trade would have been over in 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. So yeah, the New York Open, I've always wanted to trade the New York Open. If my time zone was better, I would trade only the New York Open. But here in New Zealand, that's like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm not that keen on that. Cami Capital, yes. Do I ever trade 15-minute ORB? No, but I do like it as a strategy. I don't trade it personally. Look at the orders around the POC here, just below POC, 188 on the bid at 617. I've been watching that. Last couple of days, we've been seeing this same sort of behavior. Quite large amounts sitting in the book. Let's see if that actually fills. Oh, yeah, they did trade. Nice. Okay, they were real. Real buy orders getting filled there by the sellers. In tune with Mike. What's up, man? Do I group trade and trade evade? Yes. For Apex, yes. What do I think is the best season for my strategy? Don't Don't know if there's a best season, Enrico. I'll just say that I prefer the higher volatility. So your summer months are very, very slow. So it still obviously works, but yeah, lower volume means less action, smaller trades. So I'm gonna say that March, April, May, those few months seem to always be really high volume, high volatility. Summer is, you guys know, you guys have been trading for years. Will know summer is such a boring season to trade. It's very slow. Am I in a trade off POC? I am not. It's a valid trade, but it's a C rank, and I don't like to trade around POC because also keep in mind, I'm looking for a 5-point trade, and the most this thing has moved from POC is 3.75 points. So if I was in a short off this right now, I would still be waiting. It might come down there right now. But yes, it's quite a small range across the POC. Am I familiar with Trader Kane, Bradley? Yes, I am. I'm obviously not a fan of his strategy, but I can't hate if he made $1 million payout with Apex. I can't hate, man. You know me, you know me in ICT, Brad. But hey, like I said, it all can work, and he's obviously got big time proof, or at least he took a big payout, and that's not easy. So, what's the strategy I use, Ole? The strategy I use is volume profile trading, purely volume, no price action, just volume and price. That is the truth, Mr. Pie. Yes, the best strategy is one that's aligned with your personality. Correct. Correct. Yep, that really is the answer at the end of the day. People say, what's the best trading strategy? Obviously, I'm heavily biased towards volume and order flow, and I'll always tell people that. And people who ask me in real life or in the DMs, what should I give up ICT to trade volume and order flow? I always say, yes, you should. But end of the day, you got to find what's resonating with you, what makes sense to you. If volume and order flow doesn't make sense to you and you don't believe in it, I will say it is the way the market actually moves. But at the end of the day, if it's not something you believe in or fully understand, you shouldn't trade it. You should try to understand it first, but if you don't get it, you shouldn't trade it. Same with any strategy. Whatever resonates most, whatever you're most confident in executing, and whatever fits your personality best. Some people don't like the way I trade because it's too quick, too small, too high leverage. Then it's not for you. But yeah, different strokes, man. Yes, a bit of a reaction off that point of control there. Still hasn't moved even 5 points away. Timothy, good question. Why skip the volume between 4 and 6 for the overnight? You used to draw from 4 p.m. Yes, I used to draw a 4 p.m. profile and 6 p.m. just so I could see relative to that post 4 p.m. volume where value was, including that. But what I found is that the post 4 p.m. volume actually never really mattered too much. You would get sometimes some decent setups from it, but if anything, it just skewed the profile. And on top of that, doing further research between 4 and 5 p.m., so 1 hour after the main volume close, is considered part of that maintenance window. So that volume there is most of it is not institutional volume. What we want to track with the volume profile is institutional activity and institutional volume. So including that after 4 p.m. volume there, diluted what we're actually trying to measure, if that makes sense. So I ended up just removing that entirely. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, yeah, it's for a more accurate read on value, skipping that after 4 p.m., that post 4 p.m. Volume drop off ends up giving you better results. Dun, dun, dun. Taking base hits while watching live. Nice. Passed my first prop 50K account. Nice. Congrats. Congrats. First one. Beautiful. Exciting, man. What do I think about Mamba FX strategy? I don't know about his strategy. I just find his videos entertaining. Everyone knows Mamba FX, eh? I don't know anything about Mamba's strategy, but I assume it's some derivative of SMC, as they all are. What session do I trade? Mostly overnight session, Timothy. I mean, crypto. Mostly your 6 p.m. We might be in for a bit of a slower session here today, boys and girls. So what we want, let's get some giveaways going soon, eh? Get some giveaways. I'm going to give away one free course today and one eval for TPT or Apex. We'll give away more as the week goes on. There you go. That's 5 points from point of control. Let's come down now. Finally. So for the giveaways, we need a minimum of 200 likes on the stream, and we can get some giveaways going. Ooh, there she goes. Here's a meltdown. Here is a meltdown. God's battle. Thank you for the tip, my friend. Volume profile is the holy grail. Yes, I paid this. Find me. You know, I admire the conviction God's battle, and I would agree with you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Oh, which reminds me, I will get back to your direct message today, God's battle, as well. Finally, 5 points. Yes, finally 5 points. Yeah, I don't like to trade around point of control typically, guys, because of, as you can see, what happened around there for a decent, an hour? Yeah, exactly an hour. Small, tight range across that high volume area. But eventually, when you do get your breakaway, because it does eventually break away, there you go. That's hit 5 points. Again, not a trade I would have taken, but you can trade it. You just got to be willing to sit through the back and forth, and I'm not. So let's watch this. Next areas down here. I will be looking to trade, by the way, not just going to sit here and say, oh, I can't trade this, can't trade that. I am looking for a trade just away from point of control. So potential trade ideas, I mean, I might look at a pullback. For a C rank, it's going to be low risk C rank trade. Pull back into this high volume node to continue short. Or potentially a 3-point counter trend. Yeah, I'm less confident in that counter trend one. So probably is a short continuation if it pulls back to this high volume node above. Short continuation, C rank off of this. Or are we looking to see how volume develops down here at the value level? And, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just trade the retest of the value area high, especially with the current session value low being down here. I could argue that for being a B ranked trade, just that little pocket below here. Let's watch it. Let's see. Michael Smrick took a C trade from POC. Love the strategy. Absolutely, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it, Michael. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Storm trades, yes, nice. Do I use overnight? How do you use overnight levels with your trade setups you mentioned in your modules? Yes, absolutely, Storm trades. So keep looking. Look for the overlapping confluences section of the course, and also there's a particular module that goes through the specifics of the New York Open as well. So check those out. It's all in there. There's your little counter trend off that high volume node. So far up 2 points on that. I'm not trading that. I'm trading I want to trade the pullback and continuation down from this upper node here. So watching that. Un momento, please. 707. Again, C rank trade. A C rank trade for a C rank day here. Look at this, 633 contracts on the bid. Seems suspicious, seems fake. I'm gonna watch if that actually trades too. Okay. I know it's fake order. Some of it traded, but fake order, of course. Yes, that was a quick bounce from that lower high volume node there, James. Correct. Damn. It was two ticks off where I wanted to short that. Bishop, my Take Profit Trader account doesn't have depth of market data. Are we looking at an Apex account? This is Take Profit Trader. I have a feeling, because I pay for level 2 data on my personal account and I'm signed into multiple Tradeovate accounts, I wonder if it just copies across. Or it could be because I also have a live Take Profit Trader account. I'm not trading it right now, but I do have a live Take Profit Trader account. So I wonder if that also plays a factor in having the depth of market. Because someone else mentioned that to me yesterday, saying I can't get level 2 data on Take Profit Trader. But I've had it for as long as I can remember. So whether that's something that's changed recently or if it's just because I have multiple accounts signed in, I don't know. Someone in the chat can confirm that. Yeah, damn, man. a couple ticks off where I wanted to get short on that. It's all right. There will be many more opportunities. But there's your bounce from lower high volume and, yeah, bounce from the upper high volume. Continuing down. Next area to watch here will be previous day's value high. Counter trend trade, but in this little pocket below value low and just above previous day value high. Counter trend trade, C rank, maybe B rank. Yes, Amrit, absolutely. How to trade London? Yes, how to trade any session. The course applies to any session, London, overnight, and New York. And I've put in specific little modules in there for what you need to do different per session. It's not much, but I've got that all in there. Did I get level 2 data for free? I do pay for level 2 data just directly via Tradeovate for my personal account. So that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if is that just a Tradeovate thing? Maybe it copies over. But because, yes, for example, if I sign into my Apex accounts first, because I'm signed into multiple accounts on Tradeovate, if I sign into my Apex accounts first, then I don't have level 2 because I don't pay for level 2 with Apex. If I sign into my Take Profit Trader or my personal account first, then I do get level 2 data. So, yeah. Anyone more tech savvy have an answer? Maybe that gives a little hint as to why my accounts are showing level 2. Course aka School Group. School Group is different. The course is standalone. Oh, yes, here we go. We are moving. We're moving. Previous day value high. We have tapped that. We are moving quick. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. We're moving. Moving indeed. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. Okay. Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Watching the tape here as well. We have just cut through that value level there. It was quite a quick injection of volume. Got a bunch of stacked levels down here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We're getting some real good movement here. Real good movement. Looking at from this point, I'm going to look at again, same exact thing as I was trying to get filled on this upper end up here around 707. I'm going to look at a pullback, if we can, pull back into high volume node just at the edge of the value area for the current session. I'll look at something like this. Prepared to step up. Okay. Netanyahu, I support Trump's plan to end war in Gaza. Okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, hold, guys. This may be it. I'm just watching this news headlines here. Hold on. Nice bit of action for the end of the day here. Nice bit of action. Mike Jackson, what's up? Man, we were just talking about you the other day. Nice to see you. Someone said, "Where's Mike Jackson?" There he is. There he is. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take this on an Apex account because this may be a potential news driver here. So let's go. C rank. C-ranked play off this. 702. 702.25. There is some headlines coming out right now, so protecting the take profit trader and execute this on Apex. If I get a fill, yes, Mike Jackson, you are a local legend around here, my friend. Local legend in the chat. Yeah, we got some headlines hitting right now, boys and girls, off the Trump Netanyahu. Yeah, it's risking less on C-rank trades. This is a C-rank trade on an Apex account. And I'm looking for a retest on this high volume node that is filled. And looking for 5 points. That is currently in. 5 points will just be a continuation back to the downside. Obviously, this is expecting it to break back away from value. So let's see how it goes. C rank only risking, using 2 contracts, so risking $500, so small risk. And looking for a 1-to-1 here. $500, my take profit being down at 669675. So that's plus 1 tick for fees and comms. And yeah, see what happens there. Now, a bit more dangerous territory here. We got some headlines coming out. So I assume that was the reason for the quick melt there for a second as well. So be aware, protect your accounts. How do I manage risk on a 25K account if A plus warrants 3 full contracts but could blow you out in 5 points? It's not the contracts that you rank your trades by in terms of rank, pedal flow. What you're doing with the ranks is risking a dollar amount. So depending how much where your stop loss is, so it's not always going to be arbitrary 5 points. If you can get away with a tighter stop due to technical factors like a closer high volume node, for example, or anything in on the chart that shows you could get away with a tighter stop, the contracts are variable. What is not variable is the dollar amount risked. So for me, a C ranked trade on this particular account means I risk a max of 500, whereas an A rank will be 1500. Do you know what I mean? So all a C rank trade would mean for me is risking a third of my typical risk and determining my stop placement from that and the contracts used. So if I wanted to use more contracts on a C rank trade, I could have a tighter stop, but it would still have to be a max of $500, if that makes sense. The order field freak jar, yeah. It's just me, boys and girls. You hear order field, that's Mr. Cami Capital. Going in here, C rank trade, and we have headlines coming through as well. So little punt to the downside. Again, guys, while we're waiting for this trade here to play out, 200 likes and we'll get the giveaways going. Giving away one course and one eval. It can be TPT or Apex. So 2 winners. You know the drill. 200 likes. I'll drop the conditions in the chat and we go for it. It'll be after this trade, but get them likes ready. Do we have to pay separately for level 2 data? Typically, yes. I pay for level 2 data. Some places do seem to give it to you for free. But yeah, I pay for level 2. This is cutting right through the high volume node, guys. This is, yeah, it's coming right up. Right up. Should I live stream? Yes. Asian and London session streams are coming. I'm just in the middle of a bit of travel and moving house. So once I settle in the new place, I will absolutely be getting some more sessions going for the other sessions. This is about to be a stop out here, guys. Yeah. Like we said, C-rank trade, headlines coming through. Satish from Christchurch, nice. What's up, man? If you enable level 2 with Apex, you get it for free with Trade of 8. I'm running it right now. Cool, cool. Yeah, I assume it's something like that, guys. It just seems to work across all my accounts. Unless I sign in first to Apex, I haven't enabled level 2 on Apex. If I sign in first to Apex, I don't get level 2. If I sign in first to TPT or my personal account, it gives me the level 2, and it stays no matter which one I switch across. Yes, absolutely. Could still be a valid trade. Again, these are C-rank trades, so you can see it cut right through that node, no problem, no other confluences. Yeah, it's likely to stop out. It's come right through. I mean, at this point, the technical standpoint behind this trade is already a bust. It's gone through. Could still be valid, of course, but a few ticks away from stop out on this. Which one's better, TPT or Apex? TPT is more beginner friendly. Apex has more scaling opportunity, but overall, Take Profit Trader is your best choice. I have a video I just put out yesterday or today for you American folks, where I rank the prop firms I've used over the last few years in the futures space. TPT is number 1, spoiler alert. Where's the San Pellegrino sparkling water at? What's up, Jamie? You know us, Jamie. We take NZ natural sparkling water with a hint of lime. Countdown. I only have Apex. I logged into Trade of 8 and added as an add-on in the same place. You enable Trading View link. Nice. Yes. They're a little more expensive. Yes, TPT is a little bit more expensive. But you use a discount code, aka CamCap, and you get your 40% off. It comes down comparable with top step pricing, I'm going to say. Oh, Antipodes, yes, sir. We had 200 likes. Yes. After this trade, we'll get the giveaway going. All can enter. All can enter the giveaway. Yes, we're at 217. Good stuff. No worries, Mike Jackson. We'll catch you next time, my friend. Yes, correct. In tune with Mike. Yeah, the costs all end up being about the same across the board, even if you get an Apex. An Apex is cheap up front, but you pass the eval, you got to pay 130 activation. Whereas a Take Profit Trader account, for example, if you use my code for Take Profit Trader, 40% off the upfront cost, and then no activation fee. So you're only paying that upfront cost. Whereas Apex, you use my code, any code, you get 80% off at the moment. But then if you pass, you have to pay $130 activation. So the cost all ends up being roughly the same. So I wouldn't choose evals based off cost alone, because it does you do end up paying for it at some point somewhere. So yeah, choose based on value and what kind of prop you want to trade with. I love Apex. I love Take Profit Trader, but I will say Apex is harder, and probably for more experienced traders or more consistent. If you know you can be consistent in your position sizing and taking trades and being disciplined and taking your base hits, then Apex is fine. If not, then go for something like Take Profit Trader with slightly more forgiving, well, a lot more forgiving rules and daily payouts. Apex is one for if you're ready to scale up big time and, potentially aim at taking 6-7 figure payouts, potentially, upper end. If you make it that far, that's what I'm aiming at right now. That's what Apex is for. If you want more consistent cash flow, you're a good trader, you want more consistent payouts, easy payout rules, Take Profit Trader is the better choice. Like I said on my video yesterday, I've made the most money. I've only been trading with Take Profit Trader for since April this year, and I've made more with Take Profit Trader than I have with any other prop firm in the last few years, and I've only been trading with them since mid-April. And that's because the payout rules are easy. Really nice payout rules. And you can withdraw anytime after you're past your buffer. This thing's coming up real close to stop out here, boys and girls. It's real close. Nice, Jen. Took the course. Why do I choose ES over NQ? It's just a preference. There's no right answer to that. Just a personal preference. I like the ES because it's slower, thicker order book, easier to read the order flow. Not that I do that to make trading decisions necessarily. I just like to read the order flow. Yeah, this is about to stop out here, guys. As soon as this trade, there we go. Trade closed.
Stop filled.
That's an C rank trade, L trade. There it is. Leave it on the chart. That was purely just to play bouncing off high volume node to the downside. However, it did touch previous day's value high and reverse right there. So is what it is. I will probably take more trades here, C rank trades across the accounts. But let's quickly do the giveaway first of all. Let's get it going. Let me go. YouTube. We got over 200 likes, so it's time to give away. We're doing one course and one free eval. So 2 winners. Two winners. Same giveaway. Code CAMCAP. Okay. All right. I'm going to post a link in the live chat here. And what I need you to do for the giveaway is like the post. All right, like the post. The link is in the chat. Like the post, and then comment on that post. Not in the live chat here, but on the post. Comment on the post either TPT, Apex, or Course, depending on which one you want to win. TPT, Apex, or Course. And then I'm going to select 2 winners. So go ahead. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go like that, comment. Five minutes. Timer is on. Like that post, comment which one you want to win, and in 5 minutes you'll be chosen one of 2 people. In terms of, if you can't use the link, Chauncey, click on my YouTube channel and then click on the community tab. Under the community tab, you'll see the latest post. And that is where, I think it's under posts. Community or post. Click on the post tab, and then it will be that text post, the most recent text post. So go ahead and do that, and let's get back to it. In 5 minutes, we'll choose 2 winners. So far, this thing is running up. Running up. Still looking to take a potential C-rank trade around here. So let's wait and see. Hey, JJ. Many people want to give away, my friend. So, yeah, 5 minutes for that, and now let's keep looking at trades. BBQ Ribs, what's up? What platform am I using? Looks like Top Step X. Never Top Step X. This is Tradeovate and Trading View. Tradeovate on the right, Trading View on the left. Yes, there was news, PNP. There was news, headlines, Trump and Netanyahu talking about peace deals. Netanyahu says also keen on peace, plainly. Let's not get political here, but I think it's my phone. Yeah, if you're not able to click the link, I'll post it again. But if you're not able to click it for the giveaway, just go over to the community tab on my channel or the posts. Bit of nice one-sided move from that value high level. Boom, coming right up. It was a tough one with the news headlines. I was like, it's a bit tough. Hence why, C-rank trade on the Apex. So keeping those losses to where I don't mind it. But yeah, it's a tough one. That previous day value high, obviously those will act as support typically. But I was hoping for that trend to continue, or at least get a little pullback back towards. So come up, tap that high volume node, come back down to value high for a 5-pointer. But no, that was pretty strong back through the upside here. So here's what it is. Moving on, more trades to be had. We have 22 minutes till market close here. What do you think is NY Open best for your strategy? NY Open's got really good opportunities, Enrico. NY Open, it's good to trade those overnight levels off the New York Open. So you normally get real clean. Like, look at this. This is your short area off overnight point of control. The thing with the New York Open is if you get a good entry on those overnight levels, you can often catch the full range of the day. So overnight point of control, minimal drawdown, big move to the downside. So those kind of opportunities are better. Bigger opportunities, points-wise. Can you trade news on TBT? Yes, Kimmy, you sure can. You can trade. Well, let me correct that. FOMC, CPI, and there's one more in there. You can't trade 1 minute before, 1 minute during, or 1 minute after. but then you can keep trading. You can trade PPI with TPT. I trade PPI with TPT. It's one of my favorite news events to trade. But the major ones, FOMC, CPI, and there is one more, I just can't remember it right now. 1 minute. 1 minute before, 1 minute during, 1 minute after, you cannot trade. Have I ever tried Bookmap? Yes, I'm a big fan of Bookmap. I have it open on my screen right now. It doesn't play too much factor in my decision making, but I do like it. I like to look at it. I like to see where liquidity is and where it's shifting. Few minutes to go. 6 seconds for the giveaway. 3, 2, and 1, and yes. Boom. Oh, look at that. Big jump up to POC. Big jump. All right, let's get some giveaways going. We're at POC right now, so we got a bit of time here. Let's go. Posts. Let me check. I'm going to select 2 winners. 1 course, 1 eval. So let's go. And choose a random one. Scroll through. Choose a random. Scroll. Okay. First one. Kaylee Lopez, 7168. Kaylee Lopez, 7168. Winner number 1. And then we go again. Let's get 1 course winner in here, eh? Springboks is just a bit. I love that. Oh, these are on course. There we are. There, let's scroll through these course ones. Blue Horseshoe 6707. Kaylee Lopez and Blue Horseshoe 6707. Kaylee Lopez wins the TPT. And Blue Horseshoe 6707 winner for the course. Congratulations to the 2 winners. If you're in the live stream, and you won the giveaway, please go to there we are, Kaylee Lopez, number 1, nice, and Blue Horseshoe, yes, there we are, both of you guys. I've just posted a link in the chat to my Instagram. Please direct message me on Instagram, telling me who you are. No one try to pretend, because I will ask for a screenshot of your YouTube page so it can prove it's you as well. But yes, Kaylee Lopez and Blue Horseshoe, please Instagram direct message me. Send the message request, and I will get the giveaway sorted for you this afternoon, right after this stream. Congrats to the winners. Congrats. Let's get back to trading. More giveaways every day, guys. You missed out today, you might have a chance tomorrow. POC rejection here. Small rejection. Joe Black, just started my own YouTube yesterday. Thanks to you. It's not this account, no worries. There's no shameless ad, but just wanted to say thanks for the motivation. No worries, Joe. Hey, man, put the channel link in here. Why not? That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear. Shout out to Joe Black. No worries, Kaylee. Just DM me. Once I accept the request after the stream, you'll be able to send the screenshot. No worries. I'll sort those for you after stream. Congrats. Let's keep going. We got 15 minutes to go to market close. Little recap on the trade so far today. So the first trade there, like I said, it was a C-rank trade. We had headlines, etc. So yeah, that's a fair stop out. The only confluence for that was we were coming down off POC. It was a little pullback away into this high volume node, looking for a potential continuation to the downside. However, we did have a bullish headline that came out right off that event there, right off that sweep low, and yeah, stop out. So not the greatest trade, that first one. No problem. Small risk, C rank, risk only 500, so not too bad. The rest we have up here will be also C rank trades, which is the problem, right? In hindsight, Of course, hindsight is always 2020. Because we're above previous day's value high, that should be expected to be a long continuation, or sorry, no, a rejection area, a support level. But unfortunately, I had a different idea in mind there, and I was just wrong on my direction. So happens. But yes, bullish headlines came out right around that time there, right after 3:20 p.m. ish. So yeah, peace talks, Israel, Palestine. According to Bloomberg, market reaction was bullish, clearly, obviously. Would you not buy from the lower side of an HVN? You sure can. It all depends on your context, where you think price is going to go, according to the context. This one here, you could buy from where it just pulled back to this point here to continue up, but we have point of control as a sort of line of resistance there, so not the smartest trade. The best, if this thing continues upwards, the better play, which I will take if we get it, is the break away from point of control and then a retest in line with that reaction from the headline and the bullish push up. Diego, what's up, man? Cammy, my daddy. Trading with Ra, nice. Joe Black checking it out right now, man. Trading with Ra. Just subscribe to you now, man. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. ORB strategy, yes, sir. Trading with Ra, subscribed. Good luck on your YouTube journey, man. It's a good one. It's a good journey. Stick at it. It's a good one. It's trading towards the direction of your current market at retests. Yes, correct, Amrit, correct. Have I taken a trade? Yes, one trade deep. We're getting short on time now, so it'll be an MOC trade here. There we are. There's a break of your point of control. Breaking away. We have 2 minutes until MOC. Still trading the Apex account here. And this is a C rank once again for end of day. Potential C rank trade, just taking little scalps in the direction of the market. C rank means 25% risk. And I'm going for a 5 points. 50.0. There we are. MOC inbound. Yes, we are MOC ready right now. Let's go. Last bit of volume for the day. Last bit of volume, last potential trade here. Last potential trade. I'm looking at an entry around the POC. The one exception to not trading the POC is when there is a more clear direction like this. When we're just up and around, hovering around, now we can see we've broken that. We came from support, previous day value high, headline, bullish headline as well. So all this is grabbing a continuation. There was a strong breakthrough point of control. So it's grabbing a continuation upwards, continuing a potential long here. So again, stays a C rank because it is a POC trade, but it is a potential entry for one more trade to end the day. Small risk on this.
Order filled.
And filled, and only looking to get 5 points out of this. So target's up at 71750. $717 If this hits, then it's got me back to break even on the day. If it loses, then it's got me down only half of my allocated risk on this account. So not so bad. So this is just a retest of POC in line with a strong directional bias here. Breakout of POC, looking for a continuation. We got MOC to give it some added volume here as well. So as soon as it hits 4 o'clock, if this is not hit, take profit or stop loss, I will close out. Armored, yes. See earlier. POC trades are still low rank trades for me, right? A lot of my POC trades are losers. The one exception to POC trades when there's a more clear direction. Say for this example, we got a nice support, nice strong bullish momentum from a support level down here, previous day's value high. And if it broke through that POC easily, then I like to use them for continuation levels on the retest. Again, they stay C rank. Even if there's multiple confluences, I don't like to rank POC trades very high, just purely because of the nature of POC. And that's why I would take a POC really trade. But yeah, it's POC trades are a tough spot to trade generally. MOC's market on close. It's at the very last 10 minutes of the high volume. So it's the 3:50 to 4 p.m. It's the last 10 minutes of the high volume session. You get a big injection of activity as institutions, algos, etc. Wrap up for the day. I love smart pants. Do you limit? I can't see your comment. Do you limit market order in? I limit order. Limit order in. Easier to trade the last hour than the first. Oh, I would. That's debatable, man. I do like the first hour for, like I said, you can catch the biggest moves. It is very. Look at the first hour though. You are right in the back and forth. You know that's kind of tough. But I do like the setups you can get on that first hour of the market for New York. I do like the sit-ups. Really nice sit-ups on that first hour. Because if you can catch a nice entry on that first hour, you can capture massive ranges. But yes, in between that, look at that. That noise is no fun the first hour. Last hour, you've got a bit better sense of the direction of the market. Dan, any advice what I wrote above? Life advice needed. I keep relapsing back to vaping and gooning like I look for it. It doesn't happen because I know it's wrong. Any advice? Hey, man, Dan, yeah, I mean, any advice? Yeah, just got to think, what are your long-term goals? Is vaping and gooning part of your long-term goals? Who do you want to be? What's your ideal version of yourself? Nothing inherently wrong with vaping and gooning. Probably not the best advice you want to hear. But hey, man, vaping, yeah, what's the ideal version of you? Does the ideal version of you vape or goon? If no, then every day you wake up, visualize that ideal version of yourself. And if vaping and gooning is not in that picture of you, and remind yourself that you can be your ideal version of yourself today by not vaping, not gooning. Why don't I trade the New York Open? I do, because of my time zone, man. But next week and the week after, we'll be trading New York Open. While I'm traveling, I'll be overseas in a more forgiving time zone. The New York Open will be at like 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. So we'll be doing those streams for a couple of weeks next week. Nicotine gums, great alternative. Yes, nicotine gums are a great alternative to vaping. Alternative to gooning is, hey man, download Tinder, get out, hit the bars, something like that. Join a social group. Dude, not judging. We're all gooners at some point, right? Picked it up because of peers, realized it ain't me. Yes. Remind yourself who you are, what you want to be. And if your friends are going out for a vape, take a nicotine gum instead. You know what I mean? Nicotine gum is, you could argue nicotine gum's kind of healthy for you. Not health advice, of course. Not health advice. How long did it take to get my first 1K followers on YouTube, Joe Black? It took me 3 months. 3 months. Yes, being self-aware is already a good step. Correct. Yeah, at least you have the balls to to confront that and say, hey, this is not a good habit. Majority of people will just accept their lot in life, that they are gooners and vapors for life. 2 minutes to go to 4 p.m. This is going nowhere. It's yeah. I will say a bit of transparency here, boys and girls. I will say the two trades I took today were not great quality. Not great quality trades today. I kind of feel like I'd forced a couple of trades for sake of the stream. It's my own fault. Both C-rank trades, both really nothing behind them in terms of the strategy that I follow. Apart from one single confluence, and they're not the greatest quality. I will say that honestly. There's going to be moments like this. It's the perks of performing, trading and performing. Even if it hits a win on this one, it's not a great quality trade. Not a couple of trades I'm particularly proud of today, but I am glad I followed the C rank, which is lower risk. But man, they could have been better trade selection today, that's for sure. Like this one, even if it hits here, took a lot of drawdown to come back up. You know what I mean? But here's what it is, man. Still making human mistakes 8 years in, never will change. And risk is kept nice and small. So just things to learn from. Tomorrow I say, Cammy, don't try and take a trade just for the stream. If there's nothing near quality, don't take it. Don't take it. Anyways, if this hits, I'm back to break even on this account. If it doesn't hit, then I'm down half an R. 0.5 R if I hit stop out. But I'm going to pull in the stop loss now. Pull it into break even, just see if it runs all the way. If not, I'll be down 25% of my max risk. So a quarter of my allocated risk on the day. So not a major loss today, but yes, could have definitely chose better trades. That is my reflection here today. Yeah, or else you teach bad habits. Correct. Correct. Correcto. No, not micros. Bigger. Yeah, this particular account on Apex has a good balance. I'm past the trailing threshold by a long shot. So, yeah. I'm able to use more. This is minis. I don't use micros. I'm really not a fan of using micros. Really not a fan of micros. So these are 2 minis. Both trades taken using 2 mini contracts. And yes, this account's past the trailing drawdown. So, yep. All right, it's after 4 p.m., guys. Just close it there while it's up in profit.
Order
and
filled.
That leaves me down only 250 on the account. So, yeah, like I said, it's all right. Not a terrible loss today, but 2 trades that were not the greatest selection. Took them for the stream, and I can say that honestly. So, one thing for Cammy Capital to reflect on and come back with tomorrow is don't trade just for the stream. Wait for the better trade setups. Both of these setups were kind of whack today. Second one had a bit more good reason behind it, but it's a POC trade, and you can see that whipsaw back and forth is a bit tough. So, yeah, man, it's going to happen, right? I'm streaming all my trades here, so it's going to happen. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly, but hey, man, it wasn't so ugly today. This is probably a bad day for me, but we're only down 250. Yeah, 250, just over 250. Not terrible. We're back at it again tomorrow. Keep Cammy Capital alive. Cammy Capital does that again tomorrow. Naughty boy. Say only choose A-rank trades, B and A's, and trade only when the trade selection is there. Anyways, good reflection. Back again tomorrow for more giveaways, more trading. And if you want to use Take Profit Trader and Apex is currently 80% off. So code CAMCAP for that, CAMCAP. And Take Profit Trader is 40% off plus no activation fee if you use code CAMCAP, CAMCAP. So that is a good savings on that one. I personally recommend Take Profit Trader for most people, or Apex if you're going to scale up big time. So go ahead and use those. If you want to grab the Volume Profile Trading course, that is linked in the description, cammycapital.com. It'll run through everything from A to Z if you're brand new to Volume Profile, how to trade Volume Profile, how to learn the theory behind it, auction market theory, and you can see how to apply that to any trading session. So grab that if you're interested. Otherwise, I'll see you same time tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Appreciate you alls. Not a bad day. Bad trade selection, but not a